I recently received the Huion Kamvas 16 Pro Premium or Huion Kamvas 16 PP or HK16 PP, or looks like I can't shorten a bit more, and that's not what she said. Hey everyone, Mukul here. So this display tablet from Huion was sent to me for review after they really liked my Huion 1161 review, and I'm truly obliged for that. The standard stuff you get in the package is the display tablet, the pen, which is battery free, pen holder, cables and manuals, and a wrist glove to avoid smudges on your screen as you work. It also comes with a stand which is quite sturdy and stable. There are two different top hinges which can be used as per your preferences. The smaller one for more flattish angles and the bigger one for more inclined angles. The USB-C wire has USB at one end and a power input, a USB input and a HDMI input on the other end. My only qualm with this cable is that it could have been longer and could have used lesser ports, but I guess the display really needs enough power to run properly, and that's why it's there. Wacom has the same thing too on its Antique series, the one which is on more affordable range. If your primary display uses HDMI, then make sure you have either multiple HDMI ports on your GPU or a HDMI to DisplayPort converter to connect this as a secondary device. It would have been awesome if it came with a converter or a DisplayPort instead of the HDMI. The tablet is quite noticeably heavy. I could manage it to keep easily on the lap, but after some time the weight could be easily felt. But that being said, it doesn't mean it couldn't be used on your lap. I've seen many people use it on their laps and they have had no problems or troubles with it. But I don't think anyone would purchase this thinking portability with a 16-inch screen. Anything bigger and your desk would need extra space. There are other smaller options from Huion or Wacom to go with if you need more portability. Gone are the days when someone would ever call Huion anything less of a premium quality product. There is metal finish on the back with two rubber grips. The buttons also feel pretty nicely finished. The tablet might feel quite slim or might just not, depends on how you personally see or feel it. For me, it was just right in the middle. What is pretty evident is there is ample amount of margins everywhere around the screen. I think the future models would definitely be better in this regard when it comes to reducing these huge margins around the tablet. I really hope they do so, otherwise they would have a hard time compressing the overall size of this tablet. I can firmly say so as I have traveled in the future and seen the Huion Kamvas 16 Pro Premium 2. Or maybe it was 3 or 4, or the pen is also battery free, which we have been seeing on many recent Huion tablets. It also supports tilt functionality, which I haven't seen many people use, to be honest, or just that the people around me really suck at using the tilt functionality. There are customizable buttons on the left side of the display. The buttons have been mapped with some default keys, and the long button in the middle can be used as a zoom in and zoom out, or just to adjust the brush size, or for scroll up and down, and which can be easily modified with the extra menu key right on the tablet itself. And this is pretty handy as based on your purpose, you can change it on the fly. If you are 3D sculpting or doing things which do not require accurate color reproductions, then the screen is actually perfect. But if you plan to place the tablet flat on the table, then you would definitely notice the color reproduction goes a little haywire. The strong blue tint on the screen is extremely apparent, but I don't think the display was meant to be used this way. And hence, the tablet comes with a stand. Now punch me for stating the obvious. And as Huion say, the display is 150% sRGB, which is over 100%, and that sounds really cool. But if you are someone who's really peculiar about the colors you use, then my advice is to always check them in front of you before buying. Never ever trust these numbers which any of these companies post. The color space can truly vary a lot despite what these numbers say. Now on to the really best things about the tablet. I really can't stress how good it feels working on the tablet. The display is a full HD IPS display and has a laminated anti-glare screen. Till we actually get paper-thin screen panels, every display tablet would have some sort of parallax between the tip of your pen and the screen, but I can't stress enough how evolved this tablet felt with respect to my old Huion GT191 Pro tablet. The improvement is truly massive. The parallax on that screen was very apparent, and here with the Kamvas, Huion has clearly done a way better job. The surface of the screen also doesn't feel slippery as it is neither extremely polished or extremely coarse. It is right in the middle. I strongly believe many sketching artists and even painters would love the feel of the screen. There was obviously no issues with the pen sensitivity, and there are a ton of tweaks you can do with the Huion driver software. You can also assign which screen to choose. Obviously, I hope you will choose the screen. assign a screen size, screen ratio, or whichever screen you want this thing to run on. The screen has a total matte finish on it, so bad reflections out of your environment is hardly possible unless and until you overhang a tube light right over your head. In the first few uses, the display tablet did behave a little strangely. The gap between the pointer and the pen was really noticeable. Even the calibration did not work properly. The brush on the screen stayed moody and kept getting off from the position of the tip of the pen. So I uninstalled the latest driver and reinstalled an older version of the driver, recalibrated it, but the same problem came out again. So I uninstalled and reinstalled the latest driver again, but this time I did not calibrate the screen, and since then it is behaving flawlessly and without any issues. However, the last time I installed the drivers, I made sure to install them as run as admin, so maybe it had an effect on the installation. Who knows? Guess I will be very careful the next time I see a driver update. Might just make a restore point in Windows and then update the drivers. So despite these tiny little issues, I would say the tablet is pretty solid, and also some $200 to $250 less than Wacom, and even way more cheaper in India. I think the Kamvas 16 cost almost half of the price of the Wacom's counterpart, which is freaking crazy. As I already shared in my previous video, it's been already more than 5 years since I've been using a few different Huion products, and they have never failed on me so far. The Huion GT191 Pro was a great tablet, but the differences in parallax was quite apparent, especially when I compared it to a Wacom. But the products like K16PP really proved how better and better Huion keeps getting. For the price, despite some nitpicking, I do recommend the tablet. I might just get one for myself as I really love the sizing of this tablet. 16 inches just felt right in the middle of being a little portable or just setting up next to your primary monitor screen. Hit like and sub for more relevant content or just to support my efforts on this video. That's all for today. Mewbot out.